I don't know, but ooh, there's one right there. Stuff like this. Nice piece of wood. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh, I stepped on another nice one. That one. There's one right here. I think this thing is awesome. I mean, check it out. It's not gorgeous. Just look at the root coming up out of the ground. That is so neat. Oh. I think it's stunning. I never take anything that isn't already dead. But things like that, you know, think of the hard life that poor plant has. But survive they do out here, I'm telling you. It's absolutely stunning. Here's another one I was looking at a little bit ago. It's really neat looking. I mean, look at that. Think of the tortured life this poor tree has had. And it's still, you know, I like taking these, making my own little desert scenes, and like preserving them, you know. I put, that one I might have to take. You know, sanding them up, polishing them up, making them look really neat, putting them in sand in a tray. I don't know, making little miniature desert scenes out of them. I think they're really cool. Seems like no matter where I am, I always want to be... Ooh, there's a neat one over there. I've seen this one before. No matter where I am, I want to have some of the desert with me. Really. Look at this one over here. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I think it's really awesome. Awesome piece of wood. That one's dead. I could take that one. But let me tell you what, it's a long hike up, and I got 50 piles of wood that I want to take up there, but just about when the going gets rough, I usually drop half my load, so I've got no less than 5 piles up there full of pieces that I would love to take up with me. Here's another one. But anyway, that's my lot in life. I've got piles of wood. Every location I go hiking, I've got piles and piles of wood all stacked up in nice little, tidy little places. You know, little nooks and crannies. Stack my wood. This right here is as interesting as it gets. I love this. Wow, that's just gorgeous. So I'll probably sift some sand to take with me, because I like using it. A lot of dead cactus I could get, but I don't like messing with that stuff anymore. No, I decided not to mess with the cactus anymore. Yeah, it hurts. Hard to pull them little needles out because they're barbed. Oh, wow. I gotta have this little piece right here. I know most people wouldn't notice it, but this little guy right here is beautiful. I love him. If I dip him in some resin after I sand him all up, it'll be really cute. I'll make some kind of little creature with eyeballs, with little pieces of amber rock for eyeballs. It'll look really neat. This one's right here. Now that, I could make a tree out of it. Oh, man, I want to take one of these up. But I've already got 5 more halfway up there, so probably what I'll do is just grab some. No, I'll probably find more and put them in my pile over there. And then I'll look at the pile and decide what I'm going to take up and what I'm going to lay down. I can't help it. The desert to me is awesome. It's just awesome. Around this corner, there's another slot canyon. I'm taking my time about getting there, too. That's one good thing I like. No one to hurry home to. If I want to stay another day, I just stay another day. Nobody to account to. Nobody counting on me to pull their butt out of the fire. Nobody calling me on the phone saying, oh no, I thought I was going to be able to do these 20 centerpieces by today. And I can't get them done. And I get there and she's got one done, you know, expecting me to do the rest of them. That's been my life. No, this guy's gorgeous. See this root right here? And it goes up into this guy right here. But you know, that's been the story of my life. And I go do them for her, and then she Jews me out of the money. You know, doesn't even pay me. That's the story of my life. But at least I'm not narcissistic fodder anymore. I don't mess with anyone in my family. My sisters, my brother, or my brothers, or my sister, or my mother. Not my cousins. Believe it or not, not one single person in my family was rooting for me. And then even one of my own children was conspiring against me. I mean, I just recently found that out, and I didn't want to believe that either. But once I hear it from 3 different sources, I don't know. I still don't quite believe it. I'm gonna have to see it to believe it. Ooh, look at this. This is a nice little bench seat. I like that. So beautiful here, so quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Sometimes it makes me want to whisper once I stop and I listen to how quiet it is. Anyway, my voice carries. It's real low too, I've noticed. Doesn't even sound like me when I listen to these. I usually make them and don't listen to them for a month or two. Boy, some of them I was really using foul language, going off like you wouldn't believe, because, you know, when that sword hits home, I'm telling you, that kind of shit hurts. I mean, it really hurts. I mean, I guess until you've lost your whole family and found out that they never even really liked you. Ew, there's a hole down there. That looks really cool. You know, it's a tough pill to swallow, let me tell you. It's really hard. I've been to this one before. Anyway, so every reading for over a year said, oh, this is a twin flame reading. So, you know, so they were telling me, and I always thought, you know, if you heard it from more than, you know, 4 or 5 different sources, then it must be right. There's really no way to verify that kind of stuff, but the trauma bond led me to believe that it was a twin flame, because I didn't know what trauma bonding was. You know, that was before I found out about trauma bonding, because there's no way that I could let him go, and there's no way that I would ever hurt him. That's just what a trauma bond is. That's what it does to you. Oh, look at this one. This little wave over here. Oh, I like that. That one's really cool. Oh, I like it. It's not in very good condition. But, you know, until I found out what trauma bonding was, I was just so attached to him. I thought it was a twin flame. You know, and I think that that's what I was led to believe. I think even my spirit guides led me to believe that. You know, instead of actually just telling me, yeah, it's a trauma bond, you know. No, I didn't get that information. I'm going to grab that piece on the way back. In fact, I'm going to set these here. I always say that, and then I forget the pile, and I start a new pile, and this one's pretty cool. This tree is awesome. And it's got the 2 feet. There are a lot of them around here to do that, you know, because the sand shifts. Wow, that's really pretty. It's got buds on it. It's awesome. I think it's really cool. Ooh, there's another one over there. Okay, so I'll stop. Yeah, the trauma bonding, they've got a lot about it on YouTube. Let's see. Dr. Romney, I love her. She talks about it. There's oh my gosh, I know their names like I know anything, because I watch them all the time. Oh, there it is over there. But just look up trauma bonding on YouTube, and they'll tell you what it is, and telling you what took me 2 years, and I still am not quite sure that I'm over it. It's the most painful thing you'll ever want to go through, and the weird part about it is, you know, you take them back in a minute, even knowing what's going to happen, you know, up to a certain point. But, you know, I wouldn't now. It would be hard, but I wouldn't do it, you know. Oh, this guy's gorgeous. But this guy, can you see him? I don't know. I'm in the shade. Anyway, wow, there's some neat ones here. It's almost like you have no free will, you know? It's like you, but once you learn that you've been trauma bonded, and you learn that they did that to you on purpose, and that they have never had your best interest at heart, they never loved you, they were only seeking supply from you. You know, if you're an empath, you've probably been through this. Hopefully, you've already caught on and you know what's going on. But if you haven't been through it and you're going through it, I'm telling you, even if you have been through it, you know it's hell still. But if they manage to trauma bond you again, I mean, my ex-husband trauma bonded me. My ex-boyfriend that I was with for 20 years trauma bonded me. He was a narcissist, you know. So until I got smart and woke up and realized what was going on, I was forever falling into the same sadistic relationships with the same sadistic pieces of shit, and getting the same results. The most painful results you can ever get out of a relationship, you know. And turns out, you know, my mother being a narcissist and everyone in the family being narcissists, I've never actually really been loved by anybody. And when I realized that fact, it tore me up. It truly tore me up. And now, I'm a mess. I don't want to go to counseling. You know, my narcissistic family had me believing I was ADHD and CPTSD. No, I do have the CPTSD. No, they had me believing I was bipolar, and they had me going to these hospitals and taking all this medication and stuff, when actually I did not need that stuff. I did not. It was the gaslighting, making me think I was crazy. My entire family did it to me, you know. When it hit home, it tore me up. It just tore me up. I'm trying to recover. I started writing a book, and then in my astrology said it wasn't a good time to write a book. And see, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm still kind of at the point where, you know, unless someone tells me to do it, I don't know what to do with my life, you know, because I've never known what I really wanted. This one's awesome. This one's super cool. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Yeah, that was really cool. I like it. Anyway, I'm terrified of relationships. I'm terrified. I'm downright terrified, you know, because here I'm going to attract the same type of person. And that's why I study day and night about narcissists. I mean, I truly study day and night about narcissists. I have to know their every motivation, their every tactic. You know, what they're most likely to use, and what it looks like when they're love bombing you, and what it looks like when they're triangulating, and, you know, all the different methods that they use to torture you, basically. You know, and Gabor Mate, Dr. Gabor Mate, oh God, these are just gorgeous. He and Crappy Childhood Fairy, and a couple others that are really good. When I started doing the healing work, I realized just how sick I was, and how much the brain damage, just being triangulated and being the childhood trauma causes brain damage, believe it or not. When I started learning all these things, it terrified me how sick I was. You know, it terrified me to learn how truly sick I was. Here's another one I gotta show it to you. that one's awesome. Anyway, I got piles and piles and piles of these. You know, I feel like one of these trees, you know, just tortured. Just like my whole life has been spent taking care of the narcissists, you know, fending for them. Or not ever knowing who I was or what I wanted in life. Not knowing any of that. It's really hard to find this stuff out. Oh, I've ended up on my tailbone a few times like that. Ooh, there's another neat one. But, you know, it's really hard. Oh, there it goes. Falling down the hill. I don't know. I don't know if these will ever get posted or if anybody else will ever see them, but it's a way for me to keep score. You know, now that I finally understand what's going on, it's just a way for me to keep score, I guess. Okay. There's probably a slot back in there. Sometimes I hand paint flowers. You know, just things that keep me calm. Because for a very long time, all I did was sit and cuss. And of course, it was all on tape, going straight to every person in the neighborhood because of my ex. You know, that was pretty humiliating. I think there's 5 cameras in my bathroom. That's pretty freaking humiliating. Narcissists are the absolute most horrible creatures on the face of this planet. And I think we all need to learn to spot them and then do the only thing you can do with a narcissist. Run away far and fast. Because you can't call out a narcissist. You can't do it. They will get you. And believe me, they'll think long and hard. They'll wait till you're not ready for it. And when they strike, believe me, you'll feel it. You will truly feel it. And there won't be anything you can do about it. And I know this for a fact because it happened to me. I didn't think she'd ever be able to take me. Duh. She did. And she took me. Oh boy. I spent 2 days in bed after her husband beat me up. I could barely breathe because my ribs were broken. And, oh, here's a pile of my wood from before. Right here. Is that awesome or what? I would love to do a wall hanging with this in a hotel. I used to work for big hotels and do the flowers and things. We used to change the theme out in one hotel restaurant every month. 1 month it'd be Chinese and we do the apple blossoms and things. You know, so it was a different theme every month. It'd be Indian the next month. It was really fun to be able to change all that stuff out. I enjoyed that job so much. I probably worked 15 hours a day, every day of the week. But it was awesome. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah, you've been gone a minute. Good girl. Anyhow. I don't know what a real twin flame journey would be about. I hear they mirror each other and I don't know, but that was my little, ooh, look at this one. I think it's cool. I like it. I gotta get back up there. Let me tell you, that's especially when it's in the sand. It's, you gotta, until you hit the rock, you gotta hike up in the sand, and it's all sandy. Wow, these guys are just awesome. Look at this one over here. That guy right there is cool too. This guy right here. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah. Reminds me of my life. I used to call them twisted sisters, you know, because they were as twisted as my sister. But when I look at it, pretty much looks like my life. You know, my life's been pretty much destroyed. I'm 61 years old, and I don't have shit to show for anything, and I have worked so hard my whole life. I have worked very hard. It's really... Okay. I set mine down somewhere. See, I lost them again. That's about the boy in the desert. You can get turned around and you can lose your stuff so fast. That's why I have so many piles everywhere. Because I lose it quick. This is gorgeous. Wow. This one, it twists and goes up. That is really cool. And then these two, oh wow. I love that. That is stunning. I wanted those pieces too. Shoot. Huh. Oh well. I'll find them next time. Or the next time. Anyway, when my body goes, and believe me, my elbow, my dog tripped me twice in 2 days, and my elbows and my wrists, my knees, all got messed up, and it's been harder to get out lately. But if I don't go out into the desert, I kind of get a little stir crazy. I mean, one day of not being in the desert and I start losing it. So, what happened? It was, I say, it was a while ago. It was a long time ago. I was in Ohio. I think my husband, no, he hadn't died yet. I left him. No, it was my boyfriend. I left my boyfriend. I had been with him about 15 years. I was at my parents' house in Ohio. And we call it the greenhouse. But it's a house that my grandmother left. I believed it was to my mother. Come to find out. I don't know if this is recording. Come to find out, my grandmother didn't leave it to my mother. My grandmother left it to me. And my narcissistic brother, who always beats the crap out of me, and I go run him to mom and tell her, and she says, oh no, surely he didn't do that. Well, that's gaslighting right there. You know, she never believed me. And he was living in the greenhouse, and he would not. It's a 5-bedroom house, okay? It's got a formal dining room and everything else. A laundry room, a library. And I can't live there because he won't let me. But it turns out it's my house, okay? My grandmother left it to me, and my mother stole it because she was the executor to the will. I mean, how fair is that? I'm telling you. My family's horrible. So I'm on disability now because pretty much I can't even remember my own name half days. The brain damage is real. I'm telling you, it's real. Hey, baby. Did you take a dirt bath? Oh. Did you bush a lizard? Anyway. I love it here. I camp most nights, I really do. And if it weren't for winters, I probably wouldn't even need a place. I would just live in the desert. Really, I would. My family went on vacation My brother was staying at the greenhouse, so I had to go, stay with my mom in her spare room. My dad was, he had dementia really bad. And they all decided to go on a vacation. Turns out it's the third one they decided to go on without me. And this time they had to tell me because they knew I was going to know they were gone. So they told me to stay home and feed my brother's cats. Yeah. And I was thinking, well, why wasn't I invited if it's your, 70th wedding anniversary? And they told me to put an ad in the papers or, a thing in the paper so everyone would know it was Mom and Dad's anniversary. I got to stay home and do that and feed my brother's cats. Well, my whole family, and then get this. There was a kid who lived up the street from us when we were kids. His name's Andy. And he went. He was invited. But I wasn't invited. He was kind of like one of the family. But he was invited and I was not. So, that's... And I asked my mom, I said, why wasn't I invited? Well, it's not like you weren't invited, she said. It's like, you're just going crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. It's basically what she's saying. And bullshit, I call bullshit. I do too know what I'm talking about. I was not invited. I truly was left out. Intentionally left out. That kind of stuff hurts. It really does. I think I'm going to post this video. I'm just going to post it. Because if my family ever runs across it, they should hear it. They should hear it. I think it would mortify them to know that the rest of the world knows what narcissistic bastards they are. Truly. Going this way, pup. Oh, we just lost a stick. We gotta go up here. We're going up this way, pup. You want to sit down under the trees? Well, there's another place right up here. That's a nice place right there, though. I've sat there before. Good girl, pup. I think I'll just keep going very slowly. Anyway, that... I was looking at my sister's Facebook. And I saw 3 other vacations they went on where I wasn't invited. One where they rented a house in Huntington Beach, on the boardwalk. Everyone was there. My brother and his wife, my sister and her husband, the kid up the street who, pretty much called our house his house. They were all there. I never even knew about that one. They were all at a Mexican restaurant having dinner. And I saw what it said underneath it. And I thought, well, that's a real low blow, A real low blow. Oh, well, my life, it's been tragic. But I'm left with no recourse but to heal. It's heal or kill myself, And I thought for a very long time about killing myself. Don't think it wasn't very enticing to me. It truly still is. But I guess I have the desert today, so I'm okay. Tomorrow, I'm not going to think about. And God, look at this little guy. I wish I knew how to zoom in on this darn phone. But you really got to look at this guy. Is that just stunning? Or I can't tell if you can see it. Wait, there it is. Is that beautiful? I see the neatest ones out here. And these little guys over here, I've been looking at them all day. These little... I got the bright purple buds at the top and the little white flowers. I don't know if you can see them. They're stunning. Well, there we go. Yeah. I love them. They're everywhere. But, I just gotta taking the beauty where I can find it and realize that I'm grateful to have awakened and know that well, I don't know how grateful I am. I wasn't grateful for a very long time, and I'm still not quite sure I am grateful because I thought my life was okay, you know? I did. That's how dumb it is. But, you know, my sister had me move out here to Arizona because she opened a shop. Come to find out, Mom gave her the money to do it just so they could both make a bunch of money off me doing all the work. They never even paid me. And when I found out what was going on, I just walked out and I refused to go back to work for her. And she couldn't do the work, so she had to sell the place. I'm sure she made a lot of money because I got her all the best accounts. I've been doing it for 40 years, so I knew what I was doing anyway, even if she didn't. She refused to listen to me, though. That's how narcissists are. They ask for your opinion, and then they do the opposite of what you tell them to do. You know? That was aggravating also. Somehow my spirit guide stepped in, told me to walk out. And I did, and I didn't know why I walked out. I really did not know why. Truly didn't. Took me a while to figure that one out. But when I figured it out, I was mad as a hornet, let me tell you. I was so mad. Boy, was I mad. It was shown to me little by little by little, painfully slowly, because it took a minute for me to wrap my head around each sword in my back, each sword in my forehead. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, talk about the wounded warrior. I fought it too, you know, after they took each member of my family and showed to me what they were. And they started in on my kids. No. They're still trying to get me to believe that my daughter's been against me, that she's been helping them wage attacks on me. And I'm not believing it, but you know, all I have left is a son. That's all. I'm praying I still have him when this is over. If it's ever over. Anyway. Life's hard. I remember my grandmother, the one who left me the house that my mom took. Oh, here's some more of the wood I was going to bring up. Before she went on that fated trip to Florida with my mother, and I don't know why she went, because she had lung problems really bad, and in Florida is way too much humidity for her. But she went, and just before she left, she looked at me with a tear in her eye, and she said, life is hard. I shook my head and started tearing up and said, yeah, it is. And that's the last time I saw her. And to know that she left me that house, you know, I have a feeling she left me quite a bit of other things. But I know for a fact the house and a car. But anyway, just knowing that she left it to me out of all the grandkids and my mother made me feel good, even if I didn't get it. So beautiful out there. Escalante staircase is just, it goes up that way from the road. It's really beautiful. Anyway, I'll never make a movie at home because I'm never there, you know. I might make a few for my tent at night. I don't know if I'm gonna put any of those on. But, oh, shit. Whew. Oh boy. Whew. Yep. So we go up here and then across and then up that rock over there. Anyway, it's a straight uphill. I'm telling you, the slant I'm working on right now is straight up. If I put my hand straight down, I could probably touch the ground. That's what a slanted is. 2 steps up, 1 step back. 1 slide back. Anyway, I guess I got enough out of my system today. Maybe I can go back, have a fire, and choose to be happy. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. At least I know it's a conscious decision these days. Oh, good girl. I should have went that way. I could have went across the bowl and up there because that's the way I went last time. Dang it. Went a lot more uphill than I had to. I knew I was doing it when I did it though. I do weird stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. This has been way too long anyway. You guys have an amazing day. If you can look at anything like this, I know you will. Because this is how I cure myself. Forget about those stupid drinks and their pills. I'm not going there. You guys can help me heal. How's that? Anyway, signing off. Bye.